Hi, I'm Mandy back with another video. Today I'm going to talk about functionality versus freedom. And I'm talking about these two terms with respect to autism spectrum disorders. When I have treated parents and kids who have been diagnosed with autism spectrum disorders throughout the years, when they come to me in whatever facility I was working at or, overseeing, most of the family's goals for their kids, and I'm talking younger kids, was for them to gain as many functional skills as possible. What that means is I want my child to be able to be academically as on track with their age and developmental level as possible. I want them to be on track socially as much as possible. I want them to be able to function in the community and evidence daily life skills and do all the things as best that they can to approximate what age-appropriate development and skill exhibition would look like. So I have a bias, I guess, when I'm treating that the people that come to me are very gung-ho, so to speak, in having their kids be very functional in life. But there is an opposite side of this, and this is somewhat of a controversial subject. How much should those diagnosed with autism spectrum disorders have freedom to exhibit the behaviors that are inherent to who they are? For example, if a child does not have any language or they don't have spoken language and is not using necessarily an effective device to communicate, and they really don't have the tolerance to want to learn those things, should we require that of them? I'm not sure that I know any parent that would say, no, we need to work on that. But as a child gets older, say for example, they are able to gain language, but they still exhibit pretty profound behavioral demonstrations, such as a self-stimulating behavior, which means like a repetitive behavior, something that's annoying, or a repetitive vocalization, like a something like that, over and over again throughout the day, and pace around and are not able to remain still or complete any of the daily life skills that are functional, that those of us not diagnosed with autism spectrum disorders are required to do. So it becomes a question of, as these kids age, who has the rights, right? Of course, when the child's 18, and even in our field at age 14, young people have a lot of say and lots of rights here in the state of Pennsylvania with respect to their mental health and their behavioral health treatment. But the longer term consequences of this, for me, there's a lot of questions with the functionality versus freedoms kind of argument, especially with the freedom argument. My biggest questions would be, how would these people who choose to be completely free and lack skills to be able to produce or earn a wage or live independently, how will those people be taken care of in the future? Are they, if they're not independent enough to live alone, who can help them with that? And who funds that? So again, this is a really controversial topic, personal freedoms versus perhaps cost to society or responsibility for who is able to assist the individual who is not choosing to gain skills. Now, this is very different in my mind than individuals who are working hard at treatment, who want to gain skills and have reached sort of, let's say, a plateau, if you will, or are still learning as they grow into adulthood. This is not the population I'm speaking of. This is a population who clearly is advocating for their own rights to continue to be dependent on their own choice. So let me know what you think about this concept in the comments below, and especially you parents, how do you feel about this? Are you on board with what my parents have said to me in the past, that you want your child to develop as many skills as possible? Or are you more on the freedom end? I imagine maybe somewhere in between, right? We want the kids to keep their personalities and some of the things that make them them. But I'd like to hear your comments on the extremes. Thanks for watching.